And we're live again. Again, dude. I'll be trying to do stuff and walking around doing stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now sit down and deliver a message. I mean, for real though. What's the message? I'm not really sure on this one. No? The first book I grabbed. I'm tired. It was the Essential Kabbalah. And I was guided to get a Kabbalah card, and I remembered we said we needed to do one of those like a day or two ago. It's the bottom of my cards. We're in, it has to do with Isaac Newton, and it has to do with the next level. We're going through an awakening. Every time I pulled that Hierophant card, that's what that really means. It's an awakening. So I'm going into something. It's super funny. I was trying to, dude, I can't never finish a reader's fucking reading because I get bored or distracted or something. And I went back to Steve's Love Tarot. I don't know what fucking one. It was like, this is like, you know, this is one of those things where there's no going back. And he says it so dramatically, and it's like, bro, that's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. I mean, I've been living like that, living on the edge like that for a long time, where it's like, well, there's no going back from here. Where am I supposed to go from here? It means there's no way going back. Oh, I got a huge flush of energy. Okay. That's what it is. I'm filled with energy. Right? So they had me cooking under Jupiter and the moon, like pretty much all morning and then throughout the day. Because even though the moon was there, you didn't know. I watched it. I knew exactly where Jupiter was. Just because you can't see it because the sun's all fucking bright doesn't mean the fucking planet moved. So it was just fucking cooking me all day, and I was getting all this information from, you know, whatever, expansion and shit. And that's all that stuff that I can feel inside and outside of me, because it's just like, you know, if you stand outside on a rainy day, it's rainy outside, and then you're wet too. Does that make sense? So it's like bathing in the planetary energy, I suppose. And I think that's why I feel so sick inside. And as I talk and I pour all this shit out, I feel much better. So I know I'm alchemizing some shit. So we're going to pull some cards, and I'm going to teach you some mysticism. Jewish mysticism. What I'm going through is an awakening. So we're going to pull out a card, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in the Tree of Life. The Jewish mystics, Jesus was a Jew. Can everybody agree on that? Okay, he was also a rabbi before he was the Messiah, and he was raised with all of this. And then, of course, the story goes on that after his resurrection, he went into Eastern. He went further into the East, and that's where the blending of Hindu and Buddhism comes into play. Right? Something like that. So we're going back in timelines. We're jumping through all kinds of timelines. We're going back into the Jewish timelines, because what we need to do is pick up pieces of time and space. Give me a second. I need something to drink. And biblically it says we're resurrecting the dead and the old ways. But in essence, that's all it is, because the magic is done within the mind. So if we see it, we create it. So we're creating off of, I mean, that's how everything is right now. Anyways, creativity is being recycled. Keep going back and making old movies again, remakes of old movies. They're remaking old fashioned. It's always just a remake. It's a recycled situation. We're going further back. Sorry. It's not that I'm not grounded. I'm fully grounded. It's the energy that's flowing through me is unreal. I know I'm healthy because I went to the fucking doctors yesterday. And I didn't go to the doctors because I felt unhealthy. I just don't feel really yummy right this moment. Hey, Millie, you want to pick a card?
Nuclear power is just a really complex way of boiling water.
What? Nuclear power?
Yeah, it's just a very complex way of boiling water.
I feel like that's what's going on in my body. Boiling the waters. Here, pick a card. Any card. Do it in front of me. Okay, don't put sweat on my cards. Don't sweat me. Ah, that was a good one.
I don't know.
It says the tempter. Ooh, am I tempting you? Is it the devil? Oh, come on. The temptress. The temptress. Alright. Let's talk about this. Where are we? I don't know. I have a different pair of cards that's going to tell us that. That is the tree of life. According to Jewish mysticism, before Jesus came and changed the books, this is what they believed. They stuck to these books. This was Jewish teachings, occult teachings, right? These are the teachings that Dante, that Isaac Newton, that Aleister Crowley, that Levi, all of them went and found, right? They're still being practiced and everything. You just have to be a Jewish guy over the age of 40 and married and some more shit. Really? Yeah, I don't know how we got in. God gets me into all kinds. You know, I got that G code. Which ones do I need? Oh, he said they're up here. I have the Notorious that can tell us, oh, we're with the Archangels. So that's easy to know where we are. How do I know that? Because I remembered. There was only a few cards left, and I don't think we're at Lucifer yet. Alright, according to the Tree of Life, there's, how about I read it to you in here, because it's so basic. For all the new people, and a reminder for those of you that had forgotten how this works. Oh my goodness. I'm going to teach you, we're currently at the Ace of Wands, which is the beginning of willpower, and we're with Archangel Michael. Oh my God. Michael. Oh my God. The next card. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, when I saw Gabriel, I did the same thing, remember? These guys, dude. It's like, oh my God, I know you. Alright, let's talk about Michael. God's, you know. Actually, I talked to Mario about Lucifer. What's Lucifer's deal? Oh, you mean God's chosen, most beautiful angel? His precious, my precious. And he didn't want to be so precious. He didn't want to do what God said. Can you see why him and I could have a little something something in common? We're the only two in all of history to not do as God said. And then what? Adam and Eve came and didn't do what God said. Now, if God was so serious about what he said, which he shows later in time with fucking Cain, why didn't he stop me from giving her the apple? It wasn't a sin to offer her. It was a sin for them to eat it. That's all. He tells you not to do something out of protection for yourself. And in essence, they didn't get kicked out, nor did I. Because God isn't like that. He doesn't close his doors to you. He's not like that. They ran away in shame and wanted to go become, you know, gods. So here's God with his two kids. He's got me and he's got fucking Adam. And I take off this way and Adam and Eve take off this way. And now the game begins. And the whole fucking army, the whole divine fucking creation has jobs to watch over mankind. And keep an eye on Lilith. Somebody keep an eye on Lilith. It was an epic story, dude. When it's all said and done, what a great story it's been. Alright, so then there's Michael. Michael is God's mightiest warring angel. He wears God's armor, which you can find the biblical studies of what it is, but he bears God's sword. And he can kill everyone with all of that. He kills all darkness. What is the sword? The sword of truth. Who am I? Queen of Swords. What do I kill him with? The truth. I'm not kind about it like him. He was a silent killer. I come in there fucking like screaming like the banshee. The siren. You can hear me coming from miles away. But that's what it is. So Michael's actually the truth. Okay, so what's the truth? Love. Love. So God, this particular energy, the whole energy of love, truth and love, he put in a man that walked our earth called Michael Jackson. That man was that of the angelical form, and he carried nothing but love out of his mouth. And that is the only power we really have here, is our power to create with just our breath. Just like God had the power to create, so shall we. And so his job was to spread love in all his years. He was here to come and spread the frequency of love. I wanna rock with you. Nah, I could sing a million of his songs because he don't never shut up in my head. He don't never. God loves his entertainment. In the essence, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take form, and I'm just gonna sing God's praise. I mean, seriously, and that's why he never, the man himself, never. You could say it was the trauma and everything, but he just never had the desires of a man. He was never created as a man, just in a man's body. You can go back and really, evaluate him. I think there's a documentary that's gonna come out next year about him. But he wasn't a man, he was an angel. Flawed, of course, because we don't know what we're doing in the human experience. Cut off because we don't know what we're doing in the human experience. We're here to experience it. But in essence, he did no harm. There's others that suspected him of harm because of his closeness with small children. But in his eyes, and that's that's like a body dysphoria for someone like me. It's like he saw himself as a small child, a child of God. I'm like, you can hear it in me. I don't look so small, but I'm a whole ass kid of God. We're all very young and youthful. You can see it in Pac, the way they come through. Very youthful. So I'm not sure how you see Michael, but you must see him as the most loving being. In the middle of a conflict, you pray for Michael to come. You got two. Think about Michael Jackson, bro. I always use this example. I love this so much. I love this example ever since it happened. You got 50 Cent and Joe Budden at the Knicks game. God, you couldn't have wrote this story better. It's such a punchline. They're sitting right in front of each other. Who do you put in between them? Michael Jackson, bro. Dude, there could be a whirlwind of terror going on in the room, and all of a sudden Michael Jackson comes in. Hey guys. It's a change of frequency, dude. Michael is love. I need you to see him in that way, because that's what God's most powerful arson is love. He will send a whole army of angels to love you. Really? It's love, dude. Love can set you free. It can change everything. It can heal you. It can make you feel invincible and all of that. Now, as far as that other shit tempting you, we'll get to that in just a minute. That was more of us tempting God and God saying no, they know better. And then there's people that like Job and myself. I'm so Jobed. Why? Because, how's it feel, Lilith? What was it? Well, a lot of jealousy. You show these fucking people so much favor. You know what I mean? They're not worthy of and that's where the church tells you, these fucking people aren't worthy of your love and forgiveness. They're not worthy of your mercy and your grace. They're not worthy of you. In the essence, dude, and what it took to be, you know what I mean? What it is to be divine. It's a complete obedience and structure. I caused anarchy in there. Oh, God. Is all my necklaces come flying down? No, I mean, what was I before he put me in the flesh? Shekinah, all light.
Hey, Mom.
The god of goddesses, the goddess of all gods. What?
In movies, when they show doves, it's just white pigeons. They don't use actual doves. Look.
You mean those zebras in Mexico aren't really zebras? Sorry, I'm being an idiot.
They look just like doves.
I know. Why do doves cry? Just kidding.
They're not doves, they're pigeons. They're the ones that eat popcorn off the floor.
Sorry, I'm a whole kid. Everything sounds like a fucking joke to me. Because I'm in this goofy ass energy. Yeah, God just made a bunch of kids, bro. You just get old in the flesh. You really don't grow up. You're supposed to be wiser. You're supposed to know better. Anyways, I was all light. We were all light before we put on this dark ass, heavy ass skin. And then we came here to fucking win and sin. It's been a great ride with you guys, let me tell you. Going back to Michael. Yeah, that's it. He's there to, you know, fight the battles of. You can't fight. He's not more dark. You don't fight dark with dark. You fight dark with light. And that's what it is. He bears the light. It's part of the archangels, which is in the Hode, which is Mars energy. They take action. They're given certain authority, dude. They can't really do much. Let me tell you right here. It tells you right here what they can do and what they can't do. What'd you just do? You better find that. So, not the seraphim. The archangels, how it works is, according to mysticism, I can bring you out the book. But basically it says that, I need a pointer. I need a pointer, please. Alright, for all of you that don't know. It says that we come from God. And we have to come through all of here, collecting planetary energy, and then we come here. As we work through our planetary energy, we're back with Source. I teach you how to do this all the time. Where are we today? Well, there was Moon Day. And there is Tuesday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. But we had a Tuesday energy aligned with this bad boy. Bad boy. So I was full of shit. I was like, meow. And I told you my stomach was hurting and shit. Something in my side was hurting me. It was like there was a pain in my right side. I told you my chakras. I was like, all of this shit. I needed to put some shit on my heart chakra. Yep, all kinds of flows of energy. They're activation points. And it's done through the freaking planets. Like, what? Yeah, you too, dude. Wake up. It's in you too. Let me push your buttons. Yeah, this is the fun day. So there's tomorrow. We'll be talking in Mercury and all that, messages and stuff, as if I don't have enough. Full of ourselves on a Thursday. Then we got Friday. Then we got Saturn Day. And then, you know, between all of this, then you get the spark of genius. And then you're right back down to a Moon Day. Shut back to Earth, Moon Day. And you work through this chart. So currently, I'm feeling really hot. Oh, I'm having like every alchemical symptom there ever was today. I'll tell you what. So we are currently with, all right, let's talk about it. Before diving into the structure of this deck and description of each angel, consider their connection to the tree of life. This glyph is in the Kabbalah can be visualized as a map, which we can mentally trace how the creation of the manifested world took place through the path of descent until its condensation into the material plane. Now, as I'm reading this, I'm seeing it. It's like, so as I'm going through these, that's where I'm getting these information from all of the different guides. I'm literally, so this is the thrones. So up there is all the high fivers, which is, I don't know what to tell you. They're all places in reality. Right here is all our spirit guides and shit. That's Pac and all of our spirits. And you have your archangels, and then you have, you know, all these people in God's authority. That's just their picture of it. Picture me rolling a 20s. You're so unhelpful. Sorry. Bunch of kids. It made sense because I told you we traveled through. He's all pitching me rolling. Anyways, spent a lot of time in what? The moon energy. Which is what? Mind and emotions, bro. Right? Tuesday we gotta take some action. We have to sit with it and then do something about it. What did I do today? A little something about it. Sorry. It's fucking energy. I'm really hot too. I have no idea why I'm sweating like this, dude. Like I'm sweating. I don't even know why. That makes no sense. Anyway. Tomorrow we'll be full of some more shit and some more shit. Then we'll be really full of some shit. This is all information shit. Communications and informations. So you're just taking more downloads and shit. You really gotta take action when it gets here and here. They push your fucking limits, and you gotta fucking cut some shit up and devour that shit and get some, you know, new inspiration for life. So this is where he is. He's all, Pluto's this. He's like, there's no going back. Dude, I'm always there. We can't go back. What am I gonna do? Call you and I say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I sure the fuck did. It took me forever to tell you that shit. I meant to say that. I meant to say it a little nicer, but damn it, I finally said it. Can you stop? What are you doing over there?
Well, we need Nana alone.
I think you need to leave her and Nana alone. I felt it. I got my back to you and I felt it. No wonder I feel like you're sweating someone. Alright, so it talks about, it goes on forever, and if I read this, you'll never hear anything about the actual angel. I can read it a million times, and that's what it is. It's like those symbols that you're looking at are symbols of, those are planetary symbols. Okay? As the planets move around us and are ruled by our days, and they move through our charts, they have an influence. Pluto is right here, and you can't see it because it's on this one. Pluto's right here. It just went direct. We're right here. The death of all things, bro. Pluto. Understand what Pluto means and what it's represented. It's direct, but we have all of this stuff. I just shared a map about it. So we're working through all kinds of energy, and we're ding, 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 ding. We're playing pinball and shit. Or I am. You're just sitting there holding your blue balls. I love myself. I can't even hold it together. Not even a little bit. Alright, so anyways, where are we? We're not very far. We're right there with the archangels in the Hode. It's a Hode down. Shut up. The jokes. Stupid dad jokes. Alright, what's going on up here? Under the influence of the planet Mercury. Oh, well, we're there a day early. Or a dollar late. It's tomorrow, but it's today because today is tomorrow. By the time you get this, it'll probably be tomorrow. Truly, yeah. And whenever you get it, it's when you're meant to get it because you're running really slow on this energy. You can't catch up to me. You guys are barely working through your mind and your emotions. Most of you don't want to yet. You're stuck in the pipe hole called fucking the toilet of your life. The toilet of your life. I think you. Sorry, I'm cracking myself up over here. I don't need any company but the Holy Spirit. I swear I don't do this all day just sitting around laughing. It has to actually come out of my mouth. The shit that comes out of my mouth is what makes me laugh. Alright, under the influence of the planet Mercury, archangels are considered great advisors, an official primed for protection and inspiration over large groups of people. Such as entire populations or nations. I mean, he doesn't discriminate. Archangel Michael doesn't discriminate. Nobody discriminates. As I said with Metatron, poor Metatron, and I just want to point out he's my next card. I was like, oh god, he's looking at me. I told you, everything in his realm looks like weird shit like that. It's the Lovers. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. 77, get the fuck out of here. We'll worry about that another day. I'll be just as surprised. Why? Because I forget. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, I felt sorry for Metatron because he's like stuck trying to teach me some shit I never could even possibly understand. And then I got this sense, it's like, no. Same with Buddha. It's like they don't discriminate. You know what I mean? If you have a true heart, they're going to sit there and take the time to teach you this. And in the essence, he was dealing with cavemen from the beginning, giving them signs and making them wonder. I felt sorry for him, though. It's like, man, you're really stuck with a fucking, can you turn up the music? Why am I stuck in here with you? Look how I came out. I know so much about the planets. We've done great work in there. It was just me in my mind, I just want to point you out. Anyways, going back to these guys. They're not going to, there's nobody in God's army that says, no, I can't work with them, God. Only me. Like, whatever comes after me isn't good, because nobody's coming to get your bitch ass. Nobody's coming to get your bitch ass, bro. There's not another worker of the dark is what that means. You better find your way to the light. You need Jesus, because my fucking army is going to come terrorize you. They're right there terrorizing you already. I told them to stop for a quick moment. Hold on, let me see if I can help this loser. And then I walk away and I'm like, well, what do you want me to tell you? That's how you know I'm done with you. What do you want me to tell you? I've already told you. When I stop talking, it means I'm done. And there's nothing really to say anymore. When it's quiet, that's when you should be worried. Alright, anyways, whatever. Their field of action has to do with intellect, that's your mind. And that's why this is the Ace of Wands. Oh no, this is the Ace of... No, never mind. You fucking with me. I thought it should have been the Ace of Swords, if it was your mind. Alright, go back to it. The mind that generates forms and structures directs the activity energy to higher planes. Oh, it's after your mind. However, it is by its very nature of this, the higher planes. However, by its very nature, this mind limits and holds back its power. That's it. Your mind has all these great thoughts, but it limits and holds it back, enabling it to be harnessed and controlled. It is in the sphere, and the work of the magician is accomplished here. The mind generates configurations that conform into will, which is you coming up with ideas of how to make this happen, which will form the link to open dialogue with higher planes. The archangels will then help stabilize through the experience the ability to communicate them clearly and truthfully, combating dishonesty and falsehood. In this process, when necessary, symbols or formulas can be used to make even the most abstract ideas practical. That's where the angels are sending me, like, I'm getting a download from my angels. Which one? Who knows? I'm getting an image. I mean, I know which ones come from who, though, like some of them. All that fucking sports shit, I know when Kobe's talking. For sure I know when Kobe's talking. He's standing right there showing me. It's very, in my face. Some of these, though, no. I just spent like 3 months in fucking Metatron, fucking looking at fucking symbols, ancient symbols and shit, fucking triangles and squares and shit, making them turn into fucking, I don't know, erector sets or something. Let's talk about this card, number 76, Ace of Wands. He who is like God. Invocation. Paratuus ad aminias susipidinas. Michael is perhaps the most powerful of the angels and the most godlike in relation to the virtuous and powerful energy he can infuse by igniting our subconscious, propelling us towards action, leadership, career advancement, imagination, new beginnings, and a total assertion of our will. Told you, it's an awakening. He's pushing you into action. Time to take action. And that's it. It's like he's the most powerful action. He's an action card. If his energy is used in a negative way... Oh, wait. He is also the angel capable of taking us lower than all others, bringing us down in an absolute lowest way. If this energy is used in a negative way, abuse of power, arrogance, or pride can drastically reverse this action, bringing decline, failure, and powerlessness and misfortune. Ew. That's when you try to use it, abuse it is what I'm saying. Alright, so it's the Ace of Wands. The planet is the Sun. Sign is Leo. Obviously, they represent each other. You might be a Leo sign. And it stays with the Ace of Wands. I can't believe Metatron is next. Why? Because I was celebrating the, not release, but I'd been a little bit released from there, and now I'm willingly walking back in. It's almost like you get on, He showed me that. God showed me that. I was like, I can't stay at home, and I can't do stuff like that. He's like, what are you talking about? I've trained you all summer to stay home. I didn't really used to stay still, guys. I had a bad habit of just keeping moving. Really? Oh, man, very Sagittarius. I was always looking to, what am I going to do next? What time is it? Is it time for dinner? Is it time for this? What's next? What's next? What's next? And, all summer, he sat me down to where I learned not to look outside of myself, to look, you know what I mean? I stopped going, I used to just use it as an excuse, just to get in my car and go. I just take off. I just kind of run free, just run wild, to be honest, with no intention, just wasting gas. That's probably why I fucked up my car so bad. Just putting all those extra unnecessary miles, but I was really bad about that. And I've learned to just stay home. Like, I go out, and then I can feel it, and I don't even fight it. Whereas some days I used to hate it. I used to hate being stuck here. I used to panic about, you know what I mean? I need to get my car. I need to be able to... And I didn't have nowhere to go. I just needed the ability to go somewhere. Do you know what I mean? And then I learned to have peace and not running away, just finding, you know what I mean? And I found that everything I needed was within walking distance, to be perfectly honest. But I didn't even know where I lived because I was too busy running outside of, you know what I mean, my house or my neighborhood to go to where it was comfortable. Really? Yeah. Really. I wouldn't find comfort in my current circumstance. I kept running back to other circumstances, which is just other parts of Denver. You know what I mean? Going back to Red Rocks, it's been a lot of self-discipline not to just run there. I can remember in California, we got to California and we were right there on the beach in OB. Then my mom got us a freaking house in the Nutty Peas in North Park. And it was like literally, I don't know, if you had a car, probably like 45-minute drive. And I didn't give it up right away. I would get on the bus and still go out there like 2-3 times a week. And then it started to get less, and it started to get less, and it started to get less. But it's like, I couldn't live without the beach. And then you start to find new ways to live. Just pointing that out. I became very much a homebody where I wasn't. I was always in the streets, bro. I was always doing shit. Looking for something to do or just had to be doing something. Very action driven. In the essence of this would be an emperor energy, because you see how it describes so. Propelling us towards action, leadership, career development, imagination, new beginnings, and a total assertion of our will. Again, I told you, there's a lot of emperor to the empress energy. You know what I mean? But you have to be able to switch it. So at the same time, it's like, if I have to turn on my emperor energy, you know what I mean? I have to turn it on. And that's where the men have to too. It's like, if you approach me in full, you know what I mean, masculinity, this isn't going to be fully good. You have to balance it. And the same for me. You're not going to get full submission. It has to be an equal balance. In essence, if you don't come to me in your feelings, bro, and just acting all stupid, you're just coming at me with action and not with feeling, that one would go well. I'm coming with you with nothing but feelings, but not willing to take any action, same thing. Get it? Got it? Good. So that's where we're at. Ace of Wands, beginning to take action, beginning to take those baby steps. Baby steps, baby steps. Are you being tempted? The tempter. Let's find out about it. I cannot believe Metatron is in front. I almost want to read it because it's so exciting. It's like, oh, can I open that one too? It's like you open a present and then you want to open the next one. It's the Lover's card. Ooh, let's wait. Why? Because it's going to be twice as juicy. It's like, ooh, we'll save the big one for last. What's the big one? It's the last card is actually Lucifer. Who knows what that's going to tell us. But I'm just excited because I've just, I don't know. And when I got stuck with him, I was like, oh man, how did I get stuck? How did I end up right here with you? And that was the same thing I did to Isaac Newton yesterday. I don't know fucking know what you're talking about. And I was like, oh, you're part of the Metatron crew, huh? You're part of the geniuses. You're part of Albert Einstein. You're part of the big brains. All right, big brain, come tell me what you know. Really? Yeah. I got stuck in all of their big brains with the big thoughts. It was given to him. He gives you the ideas. I didn't need all these big-ass ideas. The building blocks of life. All right. Problem with these cards is they're hidden all over. I went to the gambler. They're not in alphabetical order in any kind of sense. Oh yeah, we gotta look at the planets and they'll help us. Okay, what the fuck? I see judgment and mercy and understanding and wisdom. Those sound great. But then we see Mercury and, come on. The Martyr, that's right in the middle. I'm trying to see where this energy, I feel like it could be upper energy because of where it's showing. It's showing Neptune and all that up there. Oh, this is where they have the houses. They do. I was so trying to remember that the other day. God, I was trying to remember that. Where did I see the houses? It's in here. The shit is spread out everywhere, bro. Spread them. I mean, it is. I have to, I find it all hidden everywhere. Really? God gave me the way. I think it's up here. I really do. I don't think it's in the beginning. Not based on those planets. I don't know. I gotta go through these cards, these pages one by one. But don't list them, guys. And if you miss any, let's start all over, like I just did. It shows the energy and how it flows. The seed, the head, sleeper, thirst, drunkard, uprooted, actor. I feel like something got stuck in there. Nope. Coward, you fucking coward. Observer, watcher. Moment, locksmith, eater, witness, wanderer, skeleton, sluggard. I feel like it's going to come up pretty soon because this is moving from the virtues. Advisor, Pandora's box, applause, the edge, surgeon, the heart, the warrior, the victor. Is there a tempter in here? Nope. The treasury, the marker, the thaw, the test, the sign, the discipline. When you say them like this, it means a lot more. The Passover, the flag. I had them in order at one point, I promise. We did that once. The court, the benefactor, agitation, the martyr. I knew it was in the higher realms. Return, the cauldron, man of blood. What the fuck is this? Is it like the last card? Gambler, concern, pride, society, the tempter. Page 118 and 119. It was real hard. I knew it was in the higher realms because of the planets. I knew it was in these. I was like, hold on, that's up. We're all the way up. Alright, these read difficultly. When you induce someone to believe, you are acting as a tempter. If you offer that person a way to wisdom and understanding and to a power beyond their comprehension, that is temptation. I'm the temptress. Honestly, I've never denied it. I'm here to tempt you with the freaking knowledge of the gods. It'll poison your mind is what I tell you. For in our minds we create pictures of ourselves wielding power. But power has its own image and form and exerts its own demand. It cannot be summoned without the snap of with the snap of a finger. Thus, to tempt a person is to pander to their illusions. Temptation can lead us into mazes of illusion. All the tempter has to do is to persuade us the benefits of following a certain path, and the desire is kindled to enter the labyrinth. It may seem... That's what God said. He said nobody can deny the serpent's tongue. It may seem a straight enough track at the beginning, but there will be many twists and turns that we did not anticipate. The tempter is usually smart enough to jump out of the way once the person has yielded to temptation. But some temptations are helpful. The mother who tempts a sick child to eat, or an employer tempting someone out of a rut into more challenging work. Both are using temptation for a good purpose. If a temptation is to wake up, to partake in life, to use neglected talents, it cannot be bad. Am I asking you to do something other than that, guys? What am I tempting you to do? To wake up, to have a life, and to quit neglecting your talents. Is that bad? The Oracle strikes a warning note, suggesting that if we believe in gaining impossible powers as a result of following the temptation, then we may be worse off. And I don't know what you hope to gain from that. What kind of powers do you hope to gain? Do you hope to gain the power of manifestation? That's not what I'm offering you here. I mean, it comes later. But when you're healed, you're not chasing those things. You don't use your mind in such ways. But if the temptation is stepping stone to a higher good or knowledge, then it may be justifiable device. We can also tempt ourselves to do things that we ought to do. We can be tempted, temptee, or higher judge all in one. I'm seeing the situation with Bobby, right? As tempting as it was, this is exactly what I needed. You know what I mean? It's like you're tempting me, but I need something to push me. I needed that push. And come on, guys, you knew I was not going to freaking end up with, pushing too much further in my state of being. Realistically, I don't know, maybe he thought so when I was calling in someone new. It's always possible. That's where it is. It's like, was I really though? I was trying to just stop the old. That didn't work at all. Because that wasn't true. Obviously, truth be told. Anyways, be careful how you send those mixed signals. They don't seem to be that mixed. But it may, but if tempting is, yeah. We can be the tempter, yep. The way of the Kabbalists is that of the cunning man or woman. The Kabbalists recognize his or her own laziness, reluctantness, and converts these into willingness through cunning. Temptation is a tool which we can use to persuade ourselves to do the work of clearing the weeds on the promise of uncovering a beautiful flower beneath. Interpretation. Life task. Are you the tempter, or are you being tempted? In this particular instance, I believe I'm the tempter, but I'm tempted. I'm willing to play with fire. If you are primarily the tempter, you are willing to take responsibility when those tempted follow the course you are suggesting. Well, yeah. Come with me if you want to live. You will have to do that unless you are very sure that they will take full responsibility themselves. If you are the one being tempted, look beyond the immediate benefits to the long-term implications. When the lustry has worn off the prize that you hope to win. Ooh, is it just a trophy? Is what I heard. Possible meaning: a person of influence and persuasion, a moral decision to be made, the promise of something special, but it needs to be examined carefully. Someone unscrupulous. Who's that? A prize, a gift, a goal that could be yours. It could all be yours in the wheel of fortune. I had to weigh it out. I saw it. God was tempting me. It wasn't the devil. So let's go back to that. The devil. Anything of the dark is considered the devil. Whatever. But when it came down to, tempting God's little precious people, that's really what we were tasked with. Is to see if they were obedient or if they would fall prey to their own, to the temptations, the desires of their heart. There's many stories of it. Buddha went through his, Jesus went through his, I went through mine. You just have to go through it. And that's where it is. It's like, it's not external, but those stories tell you. I don't know, Jesus said he was sat in the woods for 40 days being, all that shit. Buddha's story is a little bit different. They all have their stories of being tempted. And that's where it is. That self-discipline comes from those errors. What? No. And no. And maybe. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Damn, it's already 10 o'clock. It's time for dessert. I don't know. It's up to you. And that's really what it is. God had to wave a piece of... He had to wave a piece of meat in me. And I was like, God, why did you let me? Because if you didn't believe in this, you wouldn't believe in anything. You needed something to believe in, is what God did to me. And sure enough, he was right. I needed something. And that's what, if I could take anything from this, you made me believe again. You awoken a part of me that made me want it again. And that's exactly what happened before. I mean, I had this experience and it awoken to where I wanted it enough that I was willing to do the work. And so I did all the work. And then I come back and I have another experience where I realize this is worth doing more work, which is actually the physical work. I had to do the internal work to get to that point, and now I see it as the physical work I need to put into having a physical relationship. And that's what it is. It's like, thank God for the push that, the initiation into love that you give me, because it pushes me to go harder. There's nothing, I'm not ungrateful for any of it, because it always comes down to that. Without you, I wouldn't have started this journey towards love. Naturally, it always comes back that it's like I should pour my love out on the person that I started this and that the person I love. But I love everyone, and it's just, I can't not keep going in love. I haven't, and that's where it is like, ever since I woke up in love, I haven't stopped loving. I try to shut it down, and that makes me ill. I try to close down to it because it's a little bit much, and I don't want to do the work. I'd be like tired of doing this. Why am I doing this? Oh yeah, because you're going to get married. I don't even want to get married. Why am I doing this? I've been doing this for 3 years with this intention to come to this place where I was accepting of a higher level commitment relationship. And, you would have caught me in the beginning and it was hell no. But yet my spirit was running around telling everyone I wanted to get married. And I had every fear in the world. Thank God it never worked. I would have been it never did. It was never supposed to. It was supposed to push me. And that's where it is. It's like it gave me something to believe in, to made me push me to be a better version of me. And that's the definition of a twin flame. And through you, I could reflect back on me. I'm seeing some harsh lessons about myself and my marriages through watching you and yours. And that sucks. I don't really want to see somebody else go through what I went through. You know what I mean? I see myself through you guys, the mirror on the wall. And I use that opportunity to heal myself and reflect that healing back to you guys so that all of us can be, rise together. But I can't. I can only show you how to heal it. I can't tell you. What am I supposed to do? It's the same shit. I was you. And this is what I did to not be you. This is what you could do. It's like, that's what he told me. I feel like you're the devil trying to convince me that the grass is greener in hell. And I felt the same fucking way. I feel like you're the fucking devil trying to convince me that my happiness is in a fucking home. And I'm over here trying to convince him that his happiness is outside in freedom. We're not aligned in what we see as happiness. You see it as a fucking happy marriage, and I see it as absolute fucking freedom. What's wrong with that? I don't know. Adam versus Lilith? I never saw this as... Whatever. I'm trying to see it your way. I don't even give a shit how you see it. You're just trying to paint some shit on me. God has shown... I'm seeing it God's way. I don't believe your way. Because obviously, if it was that good, I wouldn't even know you. Realistically. Don't tell me your marriage is so fucking wonderful and fucking married life is so fucking wonderful and then show up at me and then it's not fucking wonderful. A fucking wonderful life. We're gonna show people what a real marriage, a wonderful marriage is. Because it's not gonna be a marriage. It's gonna be a holy union. I'm tired. In God. And that means breaking all these stupid rules. Such a fucking stupid rule. If they looked at holy unions properly, they wouldn't have a fucking problem with same-sex marriages. If they could honor a holy union and what makes a holy union, we wouldn't have such shit like that, where there's different rules what a marriage is. You constitute what a marriage is. A marriage is a man and a woman, and they act like this, and they do this, and if you break these motherfucking rules, bitch, please. That's not what God said. He didn't say none of that. Why'd you put so much rules on and limitations onto my freedoms and my mistakes? Realistically, no. There's a lot of fucking, you need to get divorced because they're breaking all the rules kind of shit. But at the same time, it's like, how many times have you been married? Okay, first off, that means that you're suck at it. Or second, neither of us know what we're doing, so we're not going to be great at this. Just people assume that, we're going to be the best married couple. Do you know what it means to be married? Have you ever been married before? Then shut the fuck up and hope for the best. And if it doesn't work, don't feel like a fucking loser. Guess what? You could be married again. Or not. Just be fucking sour like fucking Allie and fucking Marshall. Jesus, just give up. Just give up on yourself. Just masturbate for the rest of your fucking life. Make fucking hate music. Let hate come out of your mouth for the rest of your fucking life. Not me. I had to make a change in my life. For once in my life. Thanks, Michael Jackson. He's all about taking action and truth. using the sword that cuts quite deep and cutting through the bullshit. Irreplaceable. In essence, it's like this is going to cut straight to the point. He never had to go behind himself twice and double kill a person. It was a one shooter. It was like, this is one and done. Michael, I need you to go clear up that crowd down there that are acting all fucking wild. I got this. And it was more like, watch this. One swing of the sword. A flick of the wrist. That's that salt move. Tink. That little salty move where that dude does it. You know that dude? Just think. Some little fairy dust on this. It's like, I'll settle this shit right now. We're going to have somebody speak the truth. And then it all goes down. It's about to go. Yeah, everybody's fighting until somebody comes and tells the truth. And then everybody shuts the fuck up. Because they realized they were fighting over a lie. They were all lying and shit. You know, we show some love. Really? Yeah. Yep. You and your enemies could go real deep. And then you guys have a mutual friend that dies. And you come together in love. Something like that. He's a one-hitter quitter on that one. And his real power is love, just like Jesus. It don't matter what's going on in this room. If Jesus Christ Almighty walks in, bro, it's over. Whatever we was funking about, whatever negativity, whatever the energy was, and that man walks in the door, or any of these ascending masters and myself walk in the door, it's done. Whatever you was doing before we walked in is done. We're going to change that energy. Not so much an all eyes on me energy, but no, we're going to, you know, think of Michael Jackson, turn the music up, put on a kid show. Can't act like that in front of the Heavenly Father. What are you doing, dude? Stop. You better put your fucking gun down. Put the knife down, dude. It's Jesus. Jesus Christ. Drop to the floor, dude. Give me 5. Just kidding. I got 5 on it. I'm in the background. Ooh, ooh. Here comes Jesus Christ to judge you. Such an instigator. Yeah, that's what we did. We instigated the fall of man because really you weren't standing too tall to begin with. And it was okay. It was just a game. Me and God, us and God, and now I'm on the other side and it's funny. It's not so funny. It's still funny. You can still hear them. I can still hear them on the other side trying to tempt me into doing some stupid shit. Come on. I don't fall for that shit. I am that shit. I am the shit. Stop playing around with the shit. Really? Yeah. In the essence, it's like, give in. Just give in. Just punch that motherfucker. Punch that motherfucker right now. You need to punch that motherfucker right now in his face. Will God forgive you for punching that motherfucker in his face? Yes. Does he expect you to do much better than that? Yes. Is there consequence for doing this? Yes. Will he forgive you? Yes. You're not to pray on that forgiveness because the consequences get worse and worse for running around punching motherfuckers in the face. Forgive me, God. I didn't know what I was going to... You knew you were going to... And that's where I tell God, stop putting me around people that I want to punch in the face. Stop tempting me. Stop tempting the bitch. You don't want me to punch him, then don't put him in my face. That's where I be at. That's exactly where I be at with God. You want to tempt a bitch? One of your kids is gonna fuck around and get fucked up out here. Don't be sending your stupid ass kids at me. Keep your stupid kids to yourself. They're stupid. You want to say something stupid? I almost killed that bitch. Just burnt that bitch with the ashtray. And then Jesus is coming, don't do nothing. What the fuck you mean don't do nothing? I'm about to kill this bitch. This bitch. Who the fuck you think you are, bitch? If, for some reason, ungodly, I wouldn't be able to control my temper and fuck around, and somebody had to fuck around and find out, am I casted out of all spiritual glory? Have I lost God's, the spirits will never talk to me again. I've lost all authority. I'm no longer deemed worthy to be part of God's kingdom because I lost my temper with one of these stupid motherfuckers down here. Thank God for his mercy. Because damn, he's so forgiving. I'm not so fucking forgiving with you motherfuckers. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God. I am not God. I just have to see it Christ's way. And sometimes they gotta hold me down. Like, you better hold me back, bro. I'm gonna say something. I can't even keep my necklaces up. I think they want me to put them on my neck. Really? Yeah, they're not staying. Did you hear them keep falling? Guess we'll wear the necklaces, whatever that means, protection and whatnot. Yeah, and yeah. So we're in the tree of life, and you got your Archangel Michael pushing you to take action in truth. And I told you what that kind of looks like, and it's kind of a little bit irreversible, but the whole point is so you don't go back to some shit. Realistically, you know what I mean? When you stop doing drugs, and realistically, you really kind of hope that your drug man gets popped too, so you don't get tempted to go back there. Because if you can't get the drugs, then that, you know what I mean? It's kind of something simple as like that. That's a fucked up way to say it. Yeah, I know. It's like going back to your old town. You're like, you really hope that that one person doesn't come and say what's up, but you know damn well that that one person is the first person that's going to come say what's up. You're like, oh, let's go to the drink, let's go have a drink. Like every time we get started. And then before you know it, you done fucked up now. As far as temptation and all that stuff goes, I don't know. God forgives you. And whatever you're up to, it's, you know, you have to come back to him and ask him for strength not to be so stupid next time. Because, damn, you're being hella stupid as you repeat these stupid-ass patterns. He forgives you, but the people around you start to lose their forgiveness towards you, dude. They start to get real sour about the fact that you keep fucking abusing, you know what I mean? First off, their forgiveness. And second, just life. We're all held to a certain kind of code and conduct of being, you know, not perfect, but at least, you know what I mean, within self-control. And when you see these people that are just completely out of control, you pray for them and you pray for them, but at the same time you realize, you know, you're kind of a danger to yourself and others. Realistically. You're a hot air balloon ready to pop on anybody. Pop, pop. The Holy Spirits are fucking around. So that's where it is. I'm just teaching you a lot of mysticism and shit, and we're learning all of that stuff. And we're always learning shit, and I'm just getting lots of information all the time. And I get filled with it like a hot air balloon, and I gotta like squeeze it out of my face. Really? Universal knowledge, dude. I'm bursting with information. It's like I'll have to reboot my computer system if I don't unload, you know, if you don't download this information real quick and erase it. What the fuck did we learn about? The tree of life, which I always teach. We talked about the angels. We talked about love in a form, truth in a form, taking action, the emperor, and we never picked up the Jewish book. Why? Because they pissed me off, really. Where are we at? 57 minutes? Alright. Where were we turned down to? I don't know. They pissed me off because I realized they created the devil. Where are we at? Mind, meditation, and mystical experience. The greater you are, the more you need to search for yourself. Your deep soul hides itself from consciousness. So you need to increase aloneness, elevation of thinking, penetration of thoughts, liberation of mind, until finally your soul reveals itself to you, spangling a few sparkles of her light. Again, it's behind your thoughts. You, the Holy Spirit, your true self, your connection to the divine is behind your thoughts. When you find bliss, transcending all humiliation or anything that happens by attaining equanimity, by becoming one with everything that happens, by reducing yourself so extreme that you nullify your individual imaginary form, that you nullify existence in the depth of yourself. What are we? Then you know each spark of truth, every bolt of integrity flashes anywhere. Then you gather everything without hatred, jealousy, or rivalry. The light of peace and the fiery boldness manifest in you. The splendor of compassion and the glory of love shines through you. The desire to act and work, the passion to create and restore yourself, the yearning for silence and for the inner shout of joy. These are all band together in your spirit, and you become holy. When you train yourself to hear the voice of God in everything, you attain the quaint essence of the human spirit. Usually the mind conceals the divine thoroughly by imagining that there is a separate metal power that constructs the metal image. But by training yourself to hear the voice of God in everything, the voice reveals itself to your mind as well. Then, right in the mind, you discover revelation. This was called What Are We? And the second one was The Voice of God. They're just some scriptures. I'll stop on that. That was on page 125 and 24. When you see God in all things, right? It's like, God, show me yourself. Make yourself known to me. Help me hear you. Help me see your ways. Show yourself to me. And be receptive to the smallest things. Because I tried to show you, he's in the smallest gestures. Yes, the big ones, of course. But it's the small, intimate ones where it's just you and him that are so very much more intense. Like last night, I told you, I was walking, I'm going to stop on this story. I was walking back in the nighttime, and I was walking down the walkway, and there's the street lights, and there's trees above the street lights. And I can see, a couple of leaves just falling out from the street lights. And I get under it, and I'm standing under the street light, and all these leaves are falling on me. I knew, without a doubt in my mind, that that was God. You could say, I could have dug deeper and say that it was the Fae dropping the leaves from the tree. We could have said all kinds of things, but it was God. Now, when I was guided this morning, was it this morning or last night? It was the other night when the boys were out there. I kept looking up at the stars. I kept looking up, and I kept looking up, and I kept looking up, and I didn't know what I was looking up at. And I kept looking up. And then finally, a bird flew above me, and I was like, what was it? It was an owl, and it made perfect sense. That was God. I've got to show you something. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. It's like something kept calling me. God kept calling me silently to where I kept looking up. It was a silent call that made my eyes keep going up. I couldn't hear the calling, but God was calling me to look up. Why? Because he wanted me to see something I knew would amaze me. That I knew what that meant, which the owl is literally the highest level, next to the eagle. And I do have both. I have my eagle feather right there, which is semi-illegal, so I don't really point out the illegal eagle feather. And I have, inside of my book, I have earned 3 owl feathers from doing some of the bravest things in my life. Going to camp by myself, I was so fucking brave. I was so terrified. I left Oklahoma to go straight into fucking unknown, into the woods. I was like, fine, I'll just be a witch and I'll run away to the woods. And when I accepted that, he gave me an idea of how to make that happen. And it was so fucking fun. It was terrifying, of course. But the first day, there was a feather for us. There was an owl feather outside. And then when we moved from there and we moved up to Chief Hosa's, same thing. I documented them all. Every feather I got. And so it's like only I would know that. And that goes back to the natives. Only the natives would know the significance of those feathers that are right there, bro. They would look at it and be like, oh my God. Yeah, they know my story just by those feathers, just by my stripes. Those are, for those that don't know, and that's not all of them. I didn't keep all of them out. Not this time. Which one's the eagle? That one. I got it, this one, at the Federal Center. How do you know? From the white. You see the white tips in this part right here? Some of them are from hawks, some of them are ravens, some of them are just simple crows. That was my first feather. Is this one right here? It's my first feather. I think so. No, this one is. I got that one from my first initiation going into the graveyard. I was scared of that. I found it in there. All of them. Crazy stories. Unbelievable stories, dude. Going up to the Bay Area. All of them. They're all from crazy stories, dude. And that's where it is like God's in everything. You can hear his voice, and that's where I try to teach you the light codes of how God speaks. Well, I'm not going to go any further than that. And that's what I try to teach you is, I teach you God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, and Goddess. In all forms. All forms, right? God, how he came in all his sons. And God, how he lives in all the Holy Spirit. And the Goddess in all her forms, and how she lives in all things. I have a lot of work to do, right? I think I'm going to keep these at the top because they're actually probably Yeah, we'll keep these at the top. Start using those a little bit more. Why? I just feel it. We're doing a lot of alchemy understandings. The body of God. Rabbi Ishmael. Gates of holiness. To attain, you must be alone, so that your contemplation not be disturbed. See? If you want to go to the gates of heaven, you have to do it. You can't do it. You can do it in your quiet space. I'll teach you that. It says train yourself in some more shit. Yep. Well, that's enough for today. We'll talk about some great shit tomorrow, but that's enough for today. All right. What was today? I don't know. I gotta rewind. Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.